What's going on, guys? Bringing you a commentary. Wow, Tyler bringing a commentary. That never really ever happens. Well, my roommates are gone, and it's not so awkward to talk into a microphone and just makes things a little bit easier. I'm socially awkward. So, at least I can actually do this. And it's Thanksgiving break. Hey, yeah. Tyler didn't get to go home for Thanksgiving break. I'm not too mad about that, but it was kind of boring and kind of lonely. And, well, of course, no food. Considering my dining hall had to close down, and no one decided to tell me that. Nope. So cereal and some lunch meat sandwiches, and well, occasional trips to McDonald's like yesterday. So anyway, so for those of you who didn't know, I'm currently going to college in Lynchburg, Virginia, college called Liberty University, and it's cool here. First time living in the dorms, it's a whole new concept for me being around a lot of people. But I'd rather be home with friends and family and just run a familiar environment. I just don't really like it here. And just the whole, I like parts of, being here, but at the same time, just the daily routine, I've already become extremely sick of, I realize that things in life, okay, you can't like everything, but I don't know, this particularly just been getting on my nerves, and, going to the dining hall every single day, or, just the way food works, or, classes and interaction with people, and just certain things about being here specifically that just have really worn on me very quickly. Whereas, my entire life back there for, 18 years, I really never had an issue with. So, look at me here, not able to finish off kills, and look how many shots I took. And that's something I might point out in a second in the gameplay. It's just I can make people one shot. I can do cool plays. That was smooth. That worked out. But then then it's just Chokeville for me. Then it's just damn it, Tyler, what are you doing? You're just 1 minute you were doing just fine, the next minute you're screwing things up. Like here, if it weren't for this, and I was thinking, am I gonna get a no scope? I refuse to say snapshot. I really do. I refuse to say it. It's a cool new metal name, but I will still say no scope. It's just easier. So, anyway, I think then somewhere around here, I can't finish my kills off. I don't know. I think it has something to do with me swiping and Halo 3, and just how I used to play, and just. It's not good. But I have another gameplay where I think host has a lot to do with, your shot and hit detection, and you think you're crazy, and just, because of how previous games have all been just horrendous, and then all of a sudden your next game is just amazing, or it's much, much better. But anyway, so I was actually going to, well, I am going to, honestly, I've been thinking about, a feature that Call of Duty Black Ops uses. And oh my god, Call of Duty, oh no, Tyler's talking about the forbidden game. No, it's not Halo. And, but they had an interesting feature where you could kind of manipulate enemy gamer tags, you could hide them. I thought that was weird, but as I thought about it, that'd be a really cool feature to have in Halo. And although, showing the gamer tag can kind of be a bit of an identifier, or kind of well, especially in Call of Duty, that can kind of, cause you see an enemy a little bit quicker. It's just, it makes the target, or makes, seeing someone a little bit, makes everything easier. But not so much for Halo, I don't think. Especially considering it's more of an endurance game, where you actually have to, outshoot the enemy player. You have to put some work into it, considering we have shields and stuff like that. Call of Duty is more of a, comparing it to Halo, it's all kind of SWAT based, all reaction time, not a ton, not too much worrying on accuracy. And I can say this because I have 14 days into Modern Warfare 3. Don't crucify me on that. It's just I was waiting for Halo 4 to come out, and Reach was just not fun to me, and Halo 3 was full of Colombians or bad connection, or just underpopulated. I won't say dead, but I'll just say very underpopulated and hard to find matches. I was on one night, it was 300 players. There were 50 people in Social Slayer. I can only imagine where the rest of the people were spread about. So, anyway, I thought about this whole thing because lately in Halo 4, and it's been quite a bit that I've been having this issue. I've been lately making the game more and more personal because I can see the enemy. I kind of make it, Like, although there were 4 or 5 or maybe even 8 enemies on the team, I somehow make this personal with one enemy on the other team. I don't know why. It's just deep within me that I do this, and I don't expect you guys to have some full psych, analysis on me. I trust me, but it's just like, it's just I don't really understand why I do it, and I try not to. I know personally, logically, I can tell you that it shouldn't matter. I don't care, whether or not, someone kills me or beats me down, or even I lose a game. I'm the type of person that I play the game because I enjoy it, and then I'm going to compete in it because I enjoy it, and that's something that almost could be a whole nother topic, but I don't know. I think that it'd be cool if Bungie actually incorporated, and I honestly think that their options could be a little bit better over the last decade, where even things like turning on master volume, or manipulating like sound effect, or maybe even commentator volume, whereas I think there is just a shite load of, I think that shot right there, that kind of quick scope thing. I was checking my Facebook on my phone, and I was being distracted because my phone was going off a bunch of times, and all of a sudden I kind of looked up, and I just kind of took a shot, and I think I was just like, bitch, I'm looking at my Facebook, leave me alone, and I said something like that. Too bad I don't live cap myself, because it was actually kind of funny. At least I thought so. But anyway, I kind of wish they'd improve their game options a little bit and make the game a little bit more interesting. But yeah, especially the whole hiding gamer tag thing. Because then, like, perhaps, hiding would be, maybe a last resort, but scrambling the gamer tag to kind of make them a jumble of letters, or, maybe randomize them off every spawn, so you can't really identify who you're shooting at. Again, for some, like I said, options are there because some people want them to be on and some people don't want them to be on. So, it's not something like I want it to be a permanent thing, because clearly that's why I'm asking it to be an option, because so I can turn it on and you don't have to have it on because you don't have an issue with that, and don't think I'm weird, because I think some people might struggle with this, but it's just a weird thing, but it would really save me psychologically. It kind of makes me exhausted after I play, because just in my mind, back in the very, very back of my mind, it's just going on, and I'm like, what am I doing? It really, really, really brings me down in the game. And and again, there was a time when I didn't care about any of this stuff. So clearly, there was a time, clearly I can enjoy the game. Clearly, I can play the game without this being an issue. So again, I think I made a post on the forums about it, that if they could, incorporate this feature maybe in an update or something. I'm not sure what they're able to do, and I honestly really doubt they'll do this. It's just one forum post, but I gotta try. I gotta definitely put my word out there. That's the whole point of user feedback. And then this right here. Here comes Tyler. Didn't melee. Nope, no triple for me. Just things like that. But so, and then on this similarly, or it's somewhat related, is that I think what a lot of people suffer from is that they don't realize that in order to compete in Halo and to be or to be competitive. There was another one right there. Almost had a triple. You need to enjoy the game first. Like for instance, I stopped playing basketball because I no longer enjoyed it, and that's why I stopped. I'm not going to compete in the game because I did a lot of competition, but I didn't enjoy it. So I think many people have that issue where I've had somebody, I'm not going to say who it is, but he said that he plays the game only to compete, but he continually struggles with being angry at the game and hating it and not enjoying it and just constantly, I don't say bitching about it. And I tell him, I'm like, that's your problem right there, dude. Like, you only play the game, as he I quote him, I like to shit on kids. That's your problem. When you're only playing for that, you have nowhere to land. I would say that when you lose the game, where do you fall back? Now, if you enjoy the game, if you lose, you're like, well, I still had fun. You just that's a much better thing to do. You play the game because you enjoy it, and I think that's a much better way to play the game. That'll make the game a lot more fun for you guys. And I think that's the most important thing of all. So anyway, my gameplay's over. Hopefully you guys thought it was good. So peace out.